Meantime, let's talk to Ethan on line 5 from Chicago, Illinois. Ethan, you're live with Eric and V. How are you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
We are trying our best to stay safe. How about you?
I am doing the same.
All right.
Good.
Perfect.
What did you want to talk about today?
Background. I spoke to you like 3 weeks ago. I was the guy that when you answered the phone, I screamed, dude, because I got really excited.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, I get excited. Anyway, I have since hosted, I started doing that debate show for several weeks now since then. And someone reached out to me who was on your show about a year ago. His name is Charlie. He is a trans individual who recently came out, and his parents forced him into an exorcism against his will. Do you recall this phone call?
I remember Charlie. Absolutely. We kept in touch afterward. I wound up having to kind of curtail the number of conversations I was having with people because it was interacting with my ability to do stuff in life. But that said, I was happy to keep up with Charlie while I could. Was that a fruitful conversation? I'm trying to see where we're going from going.
I'm sorry. I'll make it quick. So this Thursday, he asked me to sit down with his parents and pastor on my show to try and help the situation, because apparently the father refuses to acknowledge or use the proper pronouns and is convinced that he is possessed by a demon. I am vastly underqualified to take on something like, and I've done my best to explain that this could go bad, and we have to frame this as a discussion, not a debate, if we want to make progress. But I'm out of my wheelhouse here. So any tips from you or the community on how I can deal with this situation, since it will be him, his brother, the mother, father, and the pastor.
Sure.
I feel like it's going to make not only an interesting stream, but I'm terrified because I don't know how to handle it other than trying to keep the peace and trying to give them a better understanding of his position.
So, yeah, I think you're absolutely spot on with wanting to frame it as a discussion and not a debate. The more that you can sit on the same side of the table as them, the more hopefully receptive they'll be, because they're ready to, they're going to be coming in not willing to listen.
Yeah.
And really the scary thing here, the tough part is with this show, we're not expecting to change the minds of callers. We're not expecting them to, ding, light bulb moment. What we're hoping is that people who are watching are getting the opportunity to challenge their ideas and their beliefs and the way they look at things without feeling that backfire effect, without feeling like they need to defend themselves.
Right.
And that's great for this format. But if your goal is to change a single person's mind because you can't reach into their heads, there's a chance that there's nothing you can say. There's a chance that there's absolutely nothing you could say that's going to convince them.
You're very right. I wish there was a way where we could just I don't know. My goal is to just make his life way easier, even if they are not necessarily in support. But if somehow we could just get these people to show a little compassion, I feel like it would make the world a difference in Charlie's life.
I think you're right. I think what's worked, at least in my life, is when I removed the subject of religion from it, and I said, "Hey, I'm your son. I'm your nephew, and I love you. And the way that you've been, treating me and this kind of behavior isn't healthy, and it's not okay for me. And you get to decide the relationships that you have in your life. And if you're going to continue to do this, then I can't maintain that relationship. I can't keep that relationship. You're not forced to be in an abusive relationship. You can make a choice. It can happen. Now, with everything that's going on right now, it's definitely going to be more impacted. Maybe they're forced to live together. Maybe they're,
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know what to say, man. What do you think, V?
All right.
I applaud your desire to help. I can hear in your voice that this is a real concern for you and that you truly care about this other person and you want to make a difference. I also think that you're probably right, and you might find yourself out of your depth pretty quickly, especially if the way that it's being set up, it sounds like you are going to be outnumbered 4-1 in your defense of Charlie. And I don't think that it would be very helpful to. I'm trying to think of a way where you can still have this stream, you can still have this conversation, but in a way where it's not putting the entire burden of that defense on you. Is there a way that you could get some other people involved on your side, or maybe whittle it down so that you're not facing down both parents and a pastor?
So I did speak to one individual, and this is where I'm on the fence. He's Christian, but he is gay, and he believes that he could help balance the conversation, because if they could see that an atheist and a Christian are both working together to benefit Charlie, that maybe that would have a better impact on them. The problem with that is I'm obviously don't want to promote Christianity, but I feel like maybe if they see another perspective or two people who fundamentally disagree working together, that could have an impact on them. I don't know. What do you think?
I think that that's a good idea. I think that, yeah, we have to be careful who we're platforming and giving attention to. But I also know that on the other shows that I'm on, Secular Sexuality in particular, I've had several queer Christians who have made that their identity. And we've been able to have some really productive discussions that are reaching across that aisle. And as Eric said, kind of being on that same side of that table. So I think that's a good instinct. I would encourage you, if the other person is willing to do so, to do that. I would almost encourage it to be maybe have the pastor on, have this gay Christian spokesperson on, and have you on, and maybe leave the family element out of it for now. You can still represent Charlie, and the pastor will still be representing the parents, but it might make it a little bit more manageable and stay in a space where it doesn't damage emotionally anybody involved, if it can be more kind of the representatives can be talking instead of the actual people. That's how I would approach it. And I think it might be easier for you to manage, so you don't fall into the role of counselor, which is something we do on the show quite often. We'd have to straddle that line between we are going to talk to people who have real problems and often no one else to talk to. But we have to also be sure that we are not giving medical advice. We are not giving, psychological advice, because we're not trained in that.
Right.
So yeah, I think that would be my 2 cents, is maybe adjust the format a little bit, have those 3 viewpoints on, and format it as a discussion. And then say, hey, we're doing this for Charlie, maybe tell some of Charlie's story, and maybe leave the family to watch and respond as they will.
Okay, I like that.
Also,
I do have one. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no worries. I think we've got that little bit of delay in the line. That's all. What I was also going to say is consider going to our Discord. I know that we put the Discord link in the description, and also our producer just popped the link, the tiny.cc/ACA Discord, on the lower third right now. There are tons of awesome people there. And if you want to, work on bouncing off ideas, that is a great place to go.
Yeah, I would absolutely love that. And after this call, I will jump on it. One follow-up question.
Sure.
May I just say the name of the show I'm hosting and how people can contact me? Because I'm definitely looking for any tips or help, specifically from the LGBTQ plus community, because I am vastly undereducated in this. a
you know,
cisgendered white 37-year-old. So,
but you're also recognizing, your limitations. And the funny thing is actually part of the talk that I gave yesterday was, if you're looking at starting a YouTube channel, now is the time. We need more voices. Nobody's turning off, their TV going, there's just way too much atheist content out there. So I'm glad you're doing it.
Yes, definitely.
We do want to support that. And I do think that a rising tide lifts all boats. What's the name of your channel?
So on YouTube and Facebook, it is Your Friendly Neighborhood Atheist. And my name is Ethan Michael, Micheal, not AEL.
All right.
Wonderful. Well,
Cheers,
guys,
I
hey, go
appreciate
check out
your help.
Ethan's stuff and keep an eye out for him in the Discord so that...
Definitely. And also for those of you watching, it takes time to develop that skill set. If you go back and watch early episodes of Talk Heathen, I'm a wreck. So Ethan, keep at it, stay consistent, keep putting out content, and I hope to talk to you and hear how it went.
Have a great one. Thank you both for your help, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you,
Take care,
Ethan.
brother. All right. That was nice.
Yay, allies.
Yeah.